Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Keen. You guys know I love Keen if you have not heard of them before. They're essentially a massive online psychic network full of psychics and spiritual advisors that are there to answer your life's questions. A couple of the things that I really love about Keen is the fact that they are very user friendly. So no matter where you are in the world, at any time you can log on and they are 24/7. You can also choose between different psychics that have different price ranges, and you can find ones that actually match your budget, and you can choose the amount of time that you want to spend with the psychic, whether that be a full hour or even just 10 minutes. The flexibility is all just up to you and it's in your hands. I also really like the sign up process of Keen. They make it super simple. They basically ask you a few different questions right off the bat. They're really quick, really simple to answer, and then you also fill out, your basic information like your name, your birthday, and things like that. And then Keen will actually match you towards their most recommended psychics for you based on the answers that you provided in the beginning. So this actually makes it really easy to find a psychic for you. And my personal experience with Keen has been amazing so far, but I found that it's more beneficial to try out a couple different psychics before choosing the one that you want to spend the most time with, just because every psychic is different, and finding one that really resonates with you and one that's also really accurate for you can be really helpful. So I like to try out a few different ones before I choose the one that I want to spend the most time with, but I highly recommend trying them out because I've personally found a few different psychics on there that have predicted some really great stuff for me and some really accurate stuff. So definitely go try them out if you guys are interested in them. You guys can use my link trykeen.com/gem to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. So again, that's trykeen.com/gem if you want to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. There'll also be a link down below in the description box for easy access for those of you that just want to click on that and head right over there to the website. So definitely go check that out. Hope you guys love them just as much as I do. And without further ado, let's hop right back into today's video. Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your July 2021 love life prediction. Super stoked about it. If you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. Then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your July 2021 month ahead love life prediction. I also want to add a little disclaimer. You guys are not bound by what you hear in this reading. Tarot is a beautiful tool to show us what we're currently attracting and where we're currently heading, but you have free will and you can change anything at any time, my love. So with that being said, if you guys like to choose with crystals on these cards, let's add on some crystals right now. All right, so if you guys like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some spirit quartz. This is a crystal that I cannot pronounce. It starts with a C. It's like a that thing. And then we also have this kyanite pyrite mix, and then over here we have some bismuth, and then over here we have some shungite. So take a moment and pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. Then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading for the month of July for your love life. And with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into this video. All right, so group number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 1, we have the Tower, the Sun, King of Swords, 4 of Swords, and then the 5 of Pentacles being reversed at the end. So first things first, you guys, have you guys been bottling stuff up lately? Because the month of July, that is the month to be getting it out, because the Tower over here, this kind of is like this volcano erupting and there's this lightning strike coming down. So it almost makes me think that there's something that might be kind of triggering that helps you initiate a moment where you can finally release all the things that maybe you've been bottling up. Maybe you don't even realize that you've been doing this because maybe you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna forget about that. I'm just gonna forget about that. It's fine. I'm not gonna bring it up. It'll blow over. I'll get over it. There's something going on internally that I think maybe frustrates you in some type of way, and this is the month that it's going to be coming out and being released. And it's not being released in a bad way. This is really, really good because we have the Sun coming next. So this is something that's actually in such alignment. It's so divine. It was so meant to happen. And you'll also, I feel like the fact that the Sun comes after the Tower, I'm almost getting this feeling for you guys that once you do have this outburst and you finally release all this emotion, it's almost like one of those moments where it finally comes out and you're just like, wait a minute, I just feel like laughing now. Like, that was so silly. That was so silly. But all feelings are valid, right? So it's valid the way that you're feeling, but I think after you get it out, you're just like, oh, everything was fine the whole time. Like I find that whatever you guys have been holding on to is actually like, it's just so meant to be released, and you're gonna realize how silly it was after that you were even so anxious about it, or that you even held on to it for so long. It's kind of like, oh, why didn't I just say that sooner? Like, geez. But you know, it was Mercury retrograde. It's fine. We understand. Actually, while I'm filming this, Mercury's finally stationing and coming out of retrograde, which is so exciting. Oh, so literally cannot wait. Also very interesting that on the Tower card, we have the sun just rising, and then the sun card comes up right after in this reading. And then we have the sun right above the King of Swords head right after this. It's just very interesting because it's almost like, you know, in the background you had, you know, it's like the sun is here waiting for the moment of expression. The sun talks about expression, authenticity, and feeling really happy and really light. It's returning us to a very happy and light kind of space. But it happens after we finally let the volcano erupt. It's like we're an erupting volcano and we're like, oh my God. And then we finally let the steam off. And then all of a sudden the sun is shining again, and it can finally shine again because you finally released all of the that we've been holding on to. I hope you guys like my sound effects. But anyway, and then we have this sun on his head, which symbolizes a moment of enlightenment when we finally feel like we're letting our light shine again. We're not super clouded. We're not frustrated. We don't have all this pressure on us anymore. We finally feel like, oh, we're light, we're airy, we're back to feeling the rest of the world and seeing the rest of the world and feeling happy and excited. And we're back into alignment and we feel really good. And the King of Swords also talks about communication. So this is also communicating in a very clear, concise way and being like, you know what? This is why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And then finally we got this Four of Swords where we can relax, you know, we are expressing ourselves, we're returning back to our happiness by letting some stuff loose that's needed to be said this whole time. And then finally we can just lay back and relax and just contemplate, because I think that there's still stuff that you guys are wanting to contemplate. And I think it's also you realizing how easy it is just to communicate properly in the beginning. And then you don't ever have to like have these tower moments. If we just bring up and learn communication right off the bat, it's like the best. It's always the best. But of course, you know, we get stuck in these situations where like, oh, I can't bring that up because it's just, it's gonna cause, you know, all these conversations and it's gonna be hard, you know, so sometimes we avoid them. But I think the biggest thing that you guys are gonna realize is how silly it was and how small whatever it was that you were feeling, but you just let it build up for so long that it felt really intense and really big, right? Then we do also have the Five of Pentacles being reversed, which the Five of Pentacles reversed is the bomb diggity, because this is about you guys finally feeling like you are accepted and finally feeling like you belong and finally feeling like, oh, okay, this is like really good. I finally got my emotions out there and I was accepted for them and there was understanding. We've come to conclusions. It's good. We're no longer feeling like we're being left out, or we're no longer feeling like we're singling ourselves out. We no longer feel like we are apart from our desires or apart from whatever it is that we're going through, right? So all interesting stuff. Pile number one. Let's see what else we got going on for you guys. We're going to take out, I pulled some astrology cards for you guys. So let's see what we get over here. This could be, you know, depending on what comes up. Let's see. So, all right. So first things first, we have Yang, which the symbols or the signs that we have on this Yang card are Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. So maybe you guys resonate with one of those signs. Also, Yang is the male, masculine energy. So it says proactivity. So being proactive, right? You're going to learn how to, and oh, look at expression. It's also interesting that masculine energy is ruled by the sun, and we also have the sun right here. You guys have a lot of sun symbols. So this is all about being authentic, expressing yourself, letting your light shine, no longer being scared to be fully yourself. This is about being fully yourself. It's time to let all of you shine, my love, right? Okay, so being proactive, expression, doing, and also forward motion, looking ahead and doing what you need, like doing the things that need to get done. So if there's things that you've been holding off in your love life, if there's things that you need to express, things that you need to get out, this is the month to do it, my love. This is what's going to be going on. This is literally what's in the cards for you guys of what's going to be happening, right? Then we also have Pisces coming up. So intimacy, intuition, and compassion. So this could be talking about the fact that maybe there is moments of intimacy. This could also, you know, the tower moment with the sun is also just like allowing ourselves to be fully vulnerable in intimacy. So it can be that for some of you guys. It is a general reading, so just take, what resonates with your particular situation. But this could also be, allowing ourselves to fully shine our light in such situations, right? Pisces is also about, what we fantasize about, allowing ourselves to be fully authentic about what we desire is very Piscean as well. What we dream about, what we imagine, where we want to go, what our dream life looks like, right? And also just having a lot of love and compassion for when you bring stuff up, right? Then we also have conjunction. Ooh, baby, conjunction. So this is like when we're colliding with something. So conjunction in astrology is when two things are becoming very close. They're in very close proximity. So it can metaphorically mean that you are getting closer with somebody by having this deep conversation. It brings you guys closer. So we have a union merging and coming together. Just like I said, baby, just like I said. So this is all about you getting closer with somebody. And I want you guys to know that sometimes, even if you're not in a relationship and you're like, what is this all about? This could manifest within friendships. This can manifest within family life. But if you guys are in a relationship or you are seeing somebody, this is obviously for that. But yeah, if you guys are single, this could manifest in other relationship areas, right? Then we also do have the North Node. Or if you guys are single, this could also mean that maybe you guys have been repressing a lot of your emotions, and maybe that's why you're single right now, is because you've been repressing your expression of what you desire and what you want, right? Or if you're in a relationship, maybe we're suppressing what we desire and what we want and what we want to say and the feelings that we're having. So it's time to have an outburst. And it looks like this outburst is honestly really good, but it's time to release all your feelings. It looks like you guys are so built up with feeling, built up with so much passion, energy, lots of different things going on. And it looks like once it comes out, it's all good. It's good to go. And then, yeah, so the North Node, this is where you desire to go, your destiny, right? So being super clear about what you desire, where you want to go. So being clear about that in the month of July is going to be very important. That's what's going to be happening, is getting clear on what you desire and where you want to go. Then we also have Capricorn, which is ambition, realism, and the methodical steps. So this is coming back to practicality. And, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh man, I'm blanking on the word. I'm just going to explain the whole concept. There's a word I'm looking for. I can't find it. But basically, the foundational steps that we need to take, the proper steps that we need to take, like if you wrote out a book of what things are supposed to do, what it's supposed to look like, this is taking the practical road and, talking about, what you desire, what you want, where you want to go. Being realistic about the things that you need to be realistic about, okay? All right, so the next few cards, we have death, we have stop, and we have movement. Interesting. So this death card means a transition or a change of some kind, letting the old self die, letting the new self be reborn. So this tower is almost like a death moment, right? Because we are finally releasing so much of our old stuff, and then we finally realize that why were we holding on to it all anyway? Why didn't we just express it sooner? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't we just let this loose sooner? And so it's like that moment of when we finally let go. It's a release, right? And a transformation. Then we also have stop. So where are you holding yourself back? Where are you closing yourself off, right? It's time to let that go. Let it go. Or if you need to set proper boundaries, this can also be about setting proper boundaries, being really clear upon your boundaries. Then we also have movement. In order for things to move, we need to have areas of boundaries. We need to have a trajectory. So, right, it's like if we don't have boundaries and we don't have trajectories, we're just a wide open circle and things can just go anywhere they want to. And sometimes they'll start slipping in directions that we're like, why is it going over there? I don't want it to go over there. Well, my love, we need to set proper boundaries. So this is why we create pathways, because we're making it clear this is where we intend to go, and let's not steer off course. Let's have our intention together, and this is where we want to go, right? So setting proper boundaries and setting proper motives and destinations, being on the same page, allows us to move in the right direction. So that is what we have over there. Now, for our next deck of cards, let's shuffle this love romance deck. Let's see what comes up. This is a classic, like, you cannot do a love pick a card reading without using this deck, in my opinion. This is it, okay? So let's see, pile number one. Well, of course you can do a pick a card reading without it, but I'm just saying, I personally love this deck. Anyway, let's see what comes up. Pile one. What's coming up for pile one? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So wedding doesn't actually have to mean literal marriage. This can also just mean a sense of commitment, committing yourself to something. So setting proper boundaries and setting like a commitment of where you desire to go and what you want to do. This could also, even if you're single, this could be being committed to working on yourself, being committed to finding love, being committed to being the best person possible so that when somebody does come into your life, then it works out great. Or if you guys are in a relationship, this could be a commitment, like maybe you're taking the next step with somebody, you know, can be a certain commitment level. Or this could be about, you know, setting commitments of like, right, the certain boundaries and what we desire in our relationship, being committed to heading in a certain direction together, okay? All right, let's see what else we get. So pile one, ooh, we got the playfulness card. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You don't need to be so serious all the time, my baby. Allow yourself to have fun. Like even when you have these blow up conversations, like just be like, you know what, this is silly. This is the way that I've been feeling, and it just makes me want to burst out and scream or whatever resonates with you. Say it however you want, but you can also add playfulness to it, and that makes any conversation so much more lighthearted and so much more sun-like, you know what I mean? It's great. So anyway, adding more playfulness in. And then I also see that, like, you know, once we set proper boundaries and set proper destinations and goals, we're able to have more fun because we're not so worried anymore. We're not walking on eggshells. We're not wondering like, does this person feel the same about me? Are we going in the same direction? What's going on? Once we set proper boundaries and trajectories, all of a sudden we're like, oh, I can let loose and have fun because we're on the same page. And I know that, you know, we know that because we've set the standard, right? So with that being said, let's get some more cards on here because why not, right? We have treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply, my love. Ooh, that's beautiful. So it is important to love others deeply. Let people in. Treasure your loved ones, right? Be fun. Allow the fun and romance to shine. Okay, let's see what else we get. We have, the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. So even when you're having deep conversations, you know, one of the most important, most beautiful things is having, you know, even when you're having a deep conversation, adding the playness and love back into it. So you're like, you know, I love you so much, my love, but I'm feeling this type of way, okay? Isn't that silly? Oh my God, let's talk about it for a second, okay? And then, you know, then it's all good. So, yay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll our Astro dice to get any last information on this reading for you guys. Let's see. Okay, we have Neptune in Virgo in the 7th house. Of course we do. I mean, of course. So Neptune in Virgo, your dreams need a practical approach. What you desire, Neptune, what you desire, your dream fantasy needs to have a foundation. So if you desire this dream fantasy and you want things to go amazing, it is time to communicate that. You know, Virgo, it's ruled by Mercury. It's time to set the proper trajectory with somebody. Talk about that with yourself, plan for it. So, you know, it's starting, instead of just daydreaming about what you want your life to look like and just writing it down and be like, oh, I hope that happens. No, it's time to start setting that commitment with yourself, being like, this is what I'm going after and I'm committed to it and I'm not going to just sit around. I'm going to take action in whatever inspired action that calls upon me. You know, maybe it's downloading a dating app, or maybe it's like talking to your partner and being like, yo, this is what I want. And if you want that too, Let's make that clear together and let's start working towards it, baby. And then the 7th house, of course, just deals with that partnership. The 7th house is all about partnerships and really strong bonds with people. So it could be that you're deepening a bond or you're finally committing yourself towards certain things. But that is what I'm seeing for you, my love, pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. I also just want to add, I see you guys doing something really fun with your partner after this conference. If you guys are in a relationship, I see you guys doing something really fun with your partner after this whole situation. There's something really fun happening that you two are going to do together this month. Also, if you're single, I see you guys doing something that kind of excites you and gets your romanticness. You could be playfully talking with somebody in the month of July. So if you guys are single, it's like movement. I see talking with somebody and a lot of like, just like fun, like playful energy. Anyway, that is what I'm seeing there. I had to add that in there because I was just looking at that card and I just like saw the whole thing. So anyway, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. My loves, pile number 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading, so we'll top right into it. All right. So group number 2, let's talk about it. So we have 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords being reversed, 8 of Cups being reversed, and then the Judgment being reversed. So I'm seeing a couple different things happening and going on over here. So first off, when we have the 6 of Pentacles, the fact that it's upright means that there's more balance coming in, but when we do have this card, it can mean that we're so used to putting in so much effort. But I feel like this month we're finally getting more balanced, okay? But I'm getting this sort of feeling like in the past, in previous relationships, other things like that, we've had to put in so much effort, but we're finally reaching a place of a little bit more balance because we're finally realizing that we can't just give to the point where we have an empty cup, right? And I think that you guys almost need time to kind of refill your cup. So I think in July, it's going to be more about realizing that you guys have to fill your own cup. You guys have to take initiative instead of always like, the 6 of Pentacles can be a little bit of a people pleaser. And I'm kind of picking up on for you guys that maybe there's a slight little bit of people pleasing energy with you where you guys are always like, oh, I just want to make sure the other person's having a good time. I just want to make sure the other person's having a good time. But guess what? When we're with another person, we're constantly giving so much to them, just waiting for them to be like, are you happy? Are you happy? And we're constantly focused on that. We're draining our own energy because we're not saying what we desire. We're not putting out there like, oh, I really want to do this because this makes me really happy and this makes me feel really good. It's time to start putting in a little bit more of like, what do I want? What do I need? What fills my cup, right? We need to add in a little bit more of that because when we have the Ace of Cups being reversed, it can mean that we're maybe draining ourselves too much. Maybe we're so busy and we're giving so much of ourselves. So the month of July, maybe we feel just overworked. We feel like a bit drained, that sort of stuff. Although I do see you guys working, there's this realization that's happening at the same time. So you guys are working towards fixing that because the 10 of Swords here is being reversed. So we're finally removing these old hindrances. And I think that you guys have kind of been noticing this for a while now. I don't think it's like finally dawning on you in July. I think that you guys have been feeling this way and thinking about this and working on this sort of thing for a while because we do have also the 8 of Pentacles. That talks about working on this, right? So I think that there's almost this, maybe work is taking up so much of your time that we're feeling maybe slightly lacking in our love life because we feel like we can't really give as much energy to it as we would normally like to, right? So maybe it's that we're, maybe not necessarily people pleasing for our partner, or if you guys are single or whatever, maybe it's just that work is taking up so much of your time and you're feeling like, I don't even have time or energy to work on my love life. I don't even have why am I not feeling so excited and so deep about my love life? And it could be because all your focus is going towards work. 8 of Pentacles. Like these two cards, they're not very loving cards per se. They're still good cards. 6 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles are both great cards. But when it comes to your love life, they're a little bit more like practical. They're a little bit more, they're not passionate. There's not a lot of passion inside of like the Pentacles. This is more like practicality, reality, stuff like that, right? And so it's almost like you guys, a lot of your energy is going towards, the more practical things rather than letting yourself just be loose and have fun. But I think we're finally realizing this because we do have 10 of Swords being reversed and the Judgment being reversed. So I think with these over here, we're finally sort of picking up the ball and being like, if I want to have a really deep, good love life, I need to start to put energy really towards it. I really need to start putting like, you know, love towards that instead of being so practical all the time. Let's add the passion back to the love. Let's not be so like hard wall type of person. Like we need to start opening up. Need to start getting a little bit more soft, right? So letting go of hurts that you felt in the past is going to help you open up, right? Letting go of the fear of judgment or rejection, right, is going to help you open up. So this is about being a free bird. This is about allowing yourself to be really free. We can't approach love in this very practical like way if we want to get it really deep, you know what I mean? It's just like we need to start to loosen up. You know, like, yeah, like we need to start being loose, you guys, okay? And not in that way. I mean, loose is good in some areas, and then, anyway. Next card that we got the fixed signs, my love. So what am I talking about? If you guys are a fixed sign, by the way, if you have any of these signs prominent in your chart, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, if you guys have these prominent in your chart, you are a fixed sign person, or you have some fixed energy, which usually these are the people that focus so much and they have a hard time like opening up and being soft and changing because they're the fixed signs. They don't like change, right? They don't really want that. And so it can sometimes be hard for them to adjust to something new or open up, right? It can be hard for any of these signs to open up because they are fixed signs. They're not mutable. Mutable signs, they go with change so well. So like Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, what's my other mutable sign? Sagittarius. Those signs are super good at just like, if change comes around, they're like, yeah, let's dive into it. But, you know, the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, it's like, it's hard to adjust to those new things. So if you guys are feeling like it's a little bit more difficult to focus on love life because it just feels like, you know, your time's taken up elsewhere and you're just like, oh, maybe one day, I don't know, let's see. Or, you know, if you're feeling like your relationship might be getting a little bit bland, it's because we need to fill up our cup of emotion and passion. And once we're overflowing with emotion and passion, then we have emotion and passion to give, right? And then once we give, then that connection becomes very strong. Okay, so stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. The fact that we have these, it's like, these are really good because it allows you to bring a lot of that into your life with that stability, loyalty, dependability, and stuff like that. We're able to really be that and give that and attract that. But we also need to start filling up our own cup so we have that to be able to give, okay? Oh my gosh, and then look at this next card. We have mutable next. Are you kidding me, you guys? Are you kidding me? Just like I said, the Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So this is about surrender, fluidity, welcoming chance, right? So this is about taking a chance on your love life, taking a chance on it, surrendering, allowing yourself to be fluid. If things don't work out, it's not like we fixate on them and we're like, oh my God, I need to make this work out. It's like, be more fluid, be more accepting. And it's also like, you know, sometimes I feel like fixed signs, they have a hard time, you know, getting into things because they're like, I need to know that it's going to work out before I hop into it. I need to know that it's like it before I allow myself to, you know, dive into it. But it's like, you can't know that. It's like impossible to know, right? So the beautiful thing about the mutable signs is it adds the ability to surrender and the fluidity and taking a chance, because I think, like, you know, the benefits of the mutable signs, and don't get me wrong, there's lots of benefits of fixed signs too, but the benefits of the mutable signs, it's like, oh, we're able to really let loose. We're able to really, you know, take chances on things because they're so fluid. They know that things change all the time and they're okay with that, right? So they're willing to just, you know, dive in and take these chances. But the good thing about fixed signs is they do add a lot of stability. So that's good. But, you know, for you guys, I'm almost getting the sense that you guys are maybe perfectionists, people pleasers. Maybe you have some fixed signs in your chart. And that maybe makes you somebody who has a hard time, you know, fully opening up and fully giving yourself, right? We need to add a little bit more of the fluidity back into it. Then we also have the moon. So maybe you guys are kind of a little bit scared of the unknown. Maybe you guys are scared of like, oh, well, I don't know exactly what the outcome is going to look like. So how do I open up if I don't know what the outcome is going to look like? Like, I don't want to open up until I know everything that's going to happen. But it's like, my love, we aren't going to know what's going to happen unless we take a chance on it, right? Unless we fully open up and take a chance on it. Otherwise, if we don't fully open up, we're not properly giving that thing a chance because we're not fully in it. Like, how can you actually give something a chance if you're not fully there, right? Fully showing up. So the moon, satisfy emotional needs. So this is about Ace of Cups being reversed, guys. Wow, that first line hit. Satisfy emotional needs. What do we need? We need to start asking for what we need instead of always just giving and giving and giving. It's time to start asking what we need, asking ourselves what we need, and giving ourselves time to do that, right? Then we also have nurture self and others. It's time to start nurturing you. It's time to start nurturing others. The moon also talks about the unknown, so it's about being okay with stepping into the unknown. Then we also have Scorpio coming up, and we had Scorpio over here too. This deals with intensity, exposing. Almost said exploring. I was like, that's Sagittarius energy. But yeah, exposing, purging, and renewing. Purge the old, purge the fears that you might have, and renew a sense of wonder and desire of what you desire, literally. Also exposing, being honest about what you need, what you feel, what you want. Okay. All right. And then I almost feel like saying this for some of you guys. I don't know why. Intensity. Maybe some of you guys are scared of coming across as too intense. Maybe you're scared of pushing people away. Maybe we do sometimes come across very intense, but it's about, because we have maybe a buildup of like previous experience, right? So it's about releasing that, allowing yourself to let go, right? Ace of Cups being reversed. Let go of all the dirt that's in your cup so that you can hold it underneath a waterfall, right? A waterfall of love, and be able to accept it, okay? And then we have Saturn. So that should say feeling restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work, and patience. So, I mean, Saturn's not bad because this is about learning commitment or learning boundaries. It could be about learning boundaries. And yeah. So, and this is about, I think this is a message also about being okay with the unknown. I'm getting this message of being okay with the unknown, and then also being honest about what you need so that you don't have to experience struggle, right? Being open. Open yourself, my love, okay? So then the next few cards that we have happiness right here. Your happiness matters, and I think July you're gonna finally be focusing on what makes you happy. It's time to start focusing on what makes you happy. Oh, and then look at that. We had the moon, there we have mystery. So stepping into the unknown, that's the moon right there. It's definitely a moon, okay? Because this card's about mystery. So to me, it's a moon. Even if it was meant to be a sun, that's a moon to me. Anyway, not that it matters. But mystery, you guys. Stepping into the unknown. We can't have everything figured out until we step into it, right? If we're this block right here, we're not gonna be able to see this side of this block unless we take a chance and we step over there and look it straight in the eyes, and we're like, I'm going to walk into the situation. I have to be fully present in it if I want to figure it out and see all the sides and see what I'm getting myself into. You have to fully step into it to see what it is, right? Got to fully go there. And we also have intuition. So trust your intuition. That's also another moon sort of card. It's interesting because pile number 1 was all about like sun energy, and you guys are all about moon energy in this one. Like, look, we also have like the moons right here, all the moon phases. But anyway, intuition. Use your intuition. What do you feel about this? What do you desire? And don't be too scared to take a step around and look at what's on the other side. But we have to fully go there, right? So hopefully that message is making sense. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and shuffle these cards. Let's see what else we get. So pile number 2, love life in July. Pile number 2, messages for their love life in July. We have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So we have to fully go into something to be able to enjoy it. There's bliss that can be had in your love life, whether you're single or in a relationship, guys. This applies whether you're single or in a relationship. It's about enjoying the bliss. Don't be so stressed out. Don't overwork yourself. You know, time to focus a little bit more on you, some self-love, filling up your own cup, enjoy the bliss, and then you'll be able to attract that. And then you'll also be able to enjoy that with somebody else. Once you figure out how to have fun being on your own, then you can enjoy having fun when you're with somebody too. Okay? And then you have more to give as well. So let's see, we have some cards fallen out. So we have attraction. So you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Oh gosh, you guys, that fits in with you guys so well. I'm going to read that one more time. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Figure out how to enjoy the present moment. Figure out how to enjoy that and not live in stress about being a perfectionist or wondering if the other person is happy all the time. Instead of, you know, being in a situation being like, are they having fun? Are they having fun? You're just stressing yourself out, and they're probably not going to have fun if you're constantly focused on that, because they can feel that you're stressed. They can feel that you're not having fun, which causes them to feel that way as well, right? So instead, just relax, fully enjoy and enjoy the bliss of the present moment. Learn how to enjoy the bliss of the present moment. And then when you're authentically having fun, that is when you attract love, and that you are love, and you don't feel so drained. Because we get drained, like when we're with somebody and we're constantly like, oh my God, are they having fun? How can I make them have fun? We're wasting so much of our energy trying so hard to make them have fun. But because of that stress, you're putting stress into it. And people are intuition. People are very intuitive. They feed off of each other's energy. If your energy is like, I'm scared, I don't know if they're having fun, what can I do? Like, they're literally feeling that, and they're like, oh my God, why is this so awkward? Why is it so hard to connect? Why is it like, right? Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, my baby. That is the secret. There you go. Tarot cards. Giving out secrets all day. So anyway, next card that we have is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So by thinking positive, being in the present moment, having faith, guess what? By being optimistic about it, by being like, oh my God, no, this has the ability to be amazing. I just need to enjoy the bliss and be in the present moment and enjoy that. And all of a sudden, it's like you draw that energy towards you so easily. It's all of a sudden super easy to connect with people. All of a sudden, you have a full cup because you're fully enjoying that moment. When you fully enjoy that moment, your cup is overflowing. Instead of being upside down, baby, you're right side up. And look at how beautiful that card is when it's right side up. It's literally overflowing with love. And then this energy, because the water symbolizes your energy. So your energy will be overflowing with that loving emotion. Guess what? When it's overflowing, two people that are together are feeding off each other's energy. They will be feeding off of this love and this overpouring of beautiful, rainbow, beautiful love energy. And when that happens, you're in the spark. You are in the blissful present moment, and it is amazing. So with that being said, we're also going to take out our next deck of cards because we're not even remotely done yet, you guys. So let's see what else we get for you guys. Ooh, look at this one. Choose love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. So instead of choosing to be worried or being stressed or being nervous or, choose love. Just be like, you know what? I'm just nervous because I'm feeling love. I want to feel love. Choose love. We have a lot of love to give you guys. And give yourself love too. It's like, love you more. Do what you love. And when you do that, people feel that energy because all of a sudden you have a full cup, like I was saying. Let's see what else we get. Okay, that's a good amount right there. Let's see, we have ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Just like I was saying, what do you need? Instead of being like, oh, are they happy right now? What do we need? What do we need? If you're feeling nervous and you're constantly wondering, are they happy? Are they happy? Just tell them what you need. Just be like, you can just be honest. Like, I'm really nervous. Like, I like you. I like this. I want to make sure you're having a great time. And then just getting that out there sometimes helps. Or ask for help. So this could also be asking for what you desire. If you're like, you know what? I really enjoy doing this and I would love to do it with you. I would love if you did this with me. What do you really need? What do you want? Also telling yourself that. Maybe you guys aren't in a partnership and you're single. So it's also just being like, you know what? I really want to have a bath right now with some candles. You know what I mean? Doing what fills up your cup. And then we also have, let's see. Oh, look at how cute this is, guys. It says, I love you. These are powerful words. So beautiful. And then we also have practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. There we go, you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll our Astro dice and get any last info on this reading for you guys. Okay, so we have Venus. I love it. In Cancer, in the first house. Okay, so you guys, this is about being a little bit more selfish, being a little bit more selfish about what you need, because that's going to help you fill up your cup so that you're able to feel things deeper, you're able to experience things deeper, you know what I mean? Venus is literally the love planet. Being in Cancer, this is talking about what you need, what you desire, the foundation that you want, being really open about your feelings as well, because Cancer is all about your emotions, your feeling. It's ruled by the moon. The moon is your emotions and how you feel. Venus is the love planet, and then the first house is yourself. So focusing on what you need in order to feel love, being honest about how you interpret love, how you express love, like all that sort of jazz, okay? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, my loves. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading pile number 2. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, group number 3. If you guys chose this pile, this is going to be a reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 3. All about July, love life, let's talk about it. So we have the Queen of Wands being reversed, the Star upright, the Knight of Swords upright, the Knight of Cups being reversed, and then we have the High Priestess being reversed. So let's talk about it. So first off, I'm kind of feeling like in the beginning of the month, we are feeling like maybe we're a little bit frustrated with our love life, or maybe we just feel like our energy is being spent elsewhere, but I'm feeling this odd frustration around your love life. So maybe we're getting a little bit frustrated with our partner, maybe we're getting a little bit triggered, maybe we're getting frustrated with our single life and we're like, nothing's even working out. You know, whatever the case may be, depending on if you guys are in a relationship or single right now, right? But then the next card that we have is the Star, and this is kind of like this feeling of letting it go. It's kind of just like, we're just like deciding to just let things go so we can be free, we can be ourselves. This is kind of focusing on yourself with the Star card, and I'm almost seeing this moment of just being like, I'm just going to focus on me right now. I'm going to focus on my energy. I'm going to bring myself back to my center. I'm going to feel really good. And honestly, the Star card is so good because this card comes with it just a lot of magic, to be honest with you. If we look at her, she has all these butterflies around her that are just like absolutely just singing, flying around. There's like all this magic just kind of surrounding her on this card. And I almost like, I'm really connecting this to your guys' energy, where it's like we're going from this frustrated, sort of channeling our passion in the wrong way. This could be definitely channeling your creativity, your energy, or passion in the wrong way. And then with the Star, it's kind of like, I just need to let that go. I need to come back to my center. I need a whole renewal of myself. This is almost like getting in touch with your spirituality and being like, I just need a spiritual cleanse. Like, I just need to cleanse myself. I need to get rid of what I'm feeling right now and come back to my magic, my internal magic. The Knight of Swords can sometimes symbolize that we take action way too quickly. We rush into things. We do things too quickly. This can also symbolize, you know, while we're finally working on our energy, while we're finally feeling good, if you guys are single, this could mean somebody sliding into the DMs, because let's be honest, the Knight of Swords, it does talk about social media and it talks about communication, right? So those two connected, somebody could definitely be popping up into your DMs out of nowhere. If you guys are single, maybe even if you guys are in a relationship, who knows, right? Because sometimes it's just people are people. But this could also be you talking about you guys, talking about how you guys are just like, you know what, I want to go for it. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do this. If you guys are in a relationship, this could be finally going in and communicating about something really strong, having a really strong talk about something, you know, feeling a lot of thoughts rushing into your head. It could be like we're jumbled with a lot of different thoughts that are coming in. And the Knight of Swords, when they're upright, it's still like decent. It's not bad, right? If it's reversed, it's a little bit more negative and triggering. When it's upright, it's actually really productive and really clear, really concise. So we're finally getting clear on our trajectory, where we're going. And usually it's things happening really quickly as well. So it could mean that we are setting our sights on something, we're claiming what we desire, what we want. We're finally getting clear. If you guys are in a relationship, maybe this is also just getting really clear on what you want and how you actually want to channel this energy. We're finally realizing maybe why we felt triggered, why we felt this way, and we're finally getting some clarity on that and expressing that, right? Or again, if you guys are single, I'm really seeing this as you guys beginning to talk to somebody, like somebody kind of coming into your life. This is more on a chatting level rather than anything. I don't really know if you guys are going to get beyond that in the month of July particularly, but it does look like maybe talking to somebody online. Then we do also have the Knight of Cups being reversed. So this can talk about that we are still feeling maybe slightly emotionally disconnected, or feeling like we don't really have a lot of times to focus on our emotions, but we're getting finally clear in our head, but we're trying to get our emotions in the right place, because we know what we want, but it's about getting to the point where we feel it, where we feel like we're living that. I still feel like there's this sense where we're still trying to get rid of some of this sort of frustration, and we're trying to come back to our center. Also with the High Priestess being reversed, this can talk about us, if you're in a relationship, this can talk about us having open communication about some type of way that we've been feeling. Maybe we've been feeling off emotionally, right? Maybe we've been feeling triggered a lot. So finally opening up and being very open about the way that we've been feeling, right? If you guys are single, this can mean that we are either opening up way too quickly, or we are so shut down and shut off that even when people are talking to us, we don't really offer enough. Or it's that we're offering too much too soon, right? It can kind of be interpreted in both ways, but there's still this unbalanced sort of energy around your love life that needs to be sort of cleansed. And I think that that's why we have this star card for you guys, is because you guys are finally realizing this sort of energy that you guys have had, and realizing that it's time to come back to your center. We need to find our center again in our love life in order for things to start going smoothly again. And I think that you guys are finally gaining clarity on that and what that looks like and what that means for you. Again, it is a general reading, so this is you guys finding out what that means for you in the month of July. So we're finally realizing why we've been getting triggered, why we've been getting frustrated, why whenever we talk to people, it seems to just burn out really quickly, or why we get frustrated and why we've been feeling emotionally disconnected in our current relationship, right? So why are we attracting this? Why is this happening? As you guys begin to explore deeper within yourself, you guys are going to become very clear on this, right? The clarity is coming out, okay? But it doesn't mean that the work is all done. I still think that there's like some inner work that needs to be sort of addressed in the month of July. So let's add on some more cards here. So we have Chiron. Ooh, this fits in perfectly because this talks about healing, right? It's really interesting that this almost looks like a sword right here. I don't even know what this is, but it almost looks like a sword. It's super interesting. We have a bunch of swords here, or just one, I guess, but still. Hurt and heal. So Chiron, all about healing. It's the wounded warrior. So this is about uncovering, doing shadow work, uncovering those wounds, and we're figuring out why we've been triggered, or why we rush into things, or why we're not emotionally available, or why certain things haven't been working out. We are seeing that, and as you begin to see that, that's when this begins to heal and fix, and it won't continue repeating and repeating and repeating. Then the next card that we have House 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So yes, this is you guys coming back to your center. Like I was saying, this isn't focusing on other people. This is focusing on you, how you see yourself, who you actually are, defining who you are. Who even are you? Who do you want to be in a relationship, right? Your approach to life. So how do you approach your love life? Do you approach it super quickly and you rush into things? Do you approach it where you don't open up and you don't even have emotions to show, and you're super scared to open up emotionally and you're just waiting for everyone else to do it for you? What is the case? You know, your approach to life says a lot about your current circumstance and why you're in it. So doing shadow work, coming back to your center, meditating, being able to meditate to gain clarity so that you can see why, because it'll all of a sudden become very clear. The month of July is a lot of that, I can tell you. We also have Neptune, so dream and transcend. So what do you desire? Getting clear upon what you desire. Neptune also is all about your emotions. Neptune's also about going into the subconscious and doing that shadow work. So High Priestess, that's why she's reversed. The star, that's why we got it. It's going into the subconscious. It's going into your inner light and seeing why it's having a hard time coming out, why it's having a hard time beaming out. So dream and transcend. It's time to transcend the old ways. Then we also have yin. Okay, so the yin is the female sign. So we have Taurus, we have Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. So you guys might relate to any of these signs right here. Also, Neptune is, again, that Pisces. House 1 is a little bit of Aries. But anyway, we have intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. So intuition, again, we had the High Priestess, which talks about intuition. The star also talks a little bit about intuition. So very interesting. And Neptune, also intuition. So lots of listening to your internal self. Your internal self is going to reveal why all of this is happening, why all of this is going on. So getting deeper into your spirituality, getting deeper into trusting the universe, having patience with your love life, having patience with yourself, having patience with the universe, having patience with other people. Being able to receive your receptivity, so being able to receive that message, allowing that message to come through and not denying it when it does. You know, just because it's an answer you don't like, it's not like we can shove it away and be like, oh no, give me a new answer. I don't like that one. I'm going to wait for a new one. I'm going to wait till you say something different. If the universe is giving you a sign, you better listen to it, because it's not going to change until you change and you realize that sign, okay? It doesn't heal itself. It's not going to change until you do it. So we have rejection. So do we have rejection issues maybe? Okay. Do we say no too quickly? Do we shut ourselves off too quickly? Do we reject certain parts of ourselves, and that's why we get triggered about it in other people? Okay? This is getting deep into the self. Are we scared of being rejected? Are we scared of being alone? Are we scared of feeling not worthy? There's so many aspects to this. Oh, and then look at that. Getting deep into love, baby. Starting to open yourself up to love, rather than, if we focus so much on rejection, we can't really open ourselves up properly to people, because everything that we do has an underlying statement of, I am scared and I am fearful, so I cling on to things really quickly. I rush into things really quickly. That is because that's people that are scared of rejection. It's people that have, and you know, it's not saying that, you know, I'm not perfect. I've definitely struggled with that before too. Like everyone does. Everyone goes through these waves and different moments and different things, right? So you guys aren't alone in this, just so you know. Like, you're definitely not alone. But when we do have rejection issues, that's when we tend to cling on to things really quickly, when we tend to get really needy, because being in a relationship would signify that you're not alone, so that you wouldn't have rejection. It helps us feel safe, because all of a sudden we're not scared of rejection because we have something, right? But even when we feel that way in a relationship, you'll notice that it even manifests within the relationship, because when we have rejection issues, then we're constantly worried about what our partner is doing. We're constantly worried about, like, what are they thinking? What are they doing? Who are they talking to? What's going on? You know, it's because we have rejection issues. It's because we have self-worth issues that we need to work on. So if you're getting triggered in relationships, if you're getting a lot of like emotional disconnection, if you're feeling a lot of different types of things, if you rush into things, it's time to come back to you and work on yourself. So the month of July is kind of realizing this, so that we can come back to love, so that we can fully express ourselves. Look at this. So we can fully be authentic and just beam out in every single direction of love. Because otherwise, if we have this type of love, if we have the rejection type of love, it's a very difficult type of love. Whereas this type of love, that's what we want. So the month of July, we're going to be focusing on, why do we feel certain things? What are our emotions trying to tell us? I think this card coming up is telling you, listen to your emotions. They're telling you something. So sit down, be calm, turn off the music, turn off the TV, turn off your phone, sit down, be calm, meditate, go into the feeling. The month of July is about healing, Chiron, going deep into what you are feeling. Because that's the only way to find out what is causing it. Once we find out what is causing it, that is when we can fix it. Because, baby, if you have a broken TV, you're not going to figure out how to make it work again until you dive into it, you take it apart, and you figure out what's going wrong with it. So that's how you fix yourself too. We open ourselves up by getting really calm with no distractions. You know, it's kind of hard to fix a TV when we have our phone blasting off into our face. It's hard to do that. So go into your emotion, don't deny it. Don't just leave the broken TV there, just hoping it's gonna fix itself one day. It's not gonna do that, okay? We can throw a blanket over top of it all we want. Everyone still knows that there's a TV under that blanket that needs fixing, okay? We're not hiding it from anybody. So take the blanket off, fix the TV, look into it, go see what's going on. And then once you see that, oh my gosh, this wire came apart, interesting. I'm just gonna go fix that and put it back together. That's what July is about, okay? I'm rambling right now, but hopefully you guys needed that message. Anyway, we're gonna go on to our next deck of cards. This has been a long reading so far, but that's okay. I feel like y'all needed it. I don't know, let's see. What do we get? Pile number 3, July love life, pile number 3. Okay. Ooh, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So whether or not you guys have an ex to release or not, maybe you guys have already done this, maybe that's a message for some of you guys, whether or not the title resonates with you, listen to the, I almost dropped that, listen to the bottom. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, that's important. I don't feel like I need to elaborate on that. I feel like that's very clear. But anyway, let's see what else we get. Oh, okay. Let's see. So once we clear our energy, baby, that's when we can invite in true love. This is the romance of a friggin' lifetime. We also have the love card right here. So some of you guys might have found your person, but we need to clear our energy, our triggers, in order to return to a balanced, loving relationship. You know, we gotta grow, we gotta learn. Maybe some of you guys are single, maybe some of you guys need to release your current thing. Again, find out what resonates, what feels correct to you. Use your intuition for that. So yes, true love. Then we also have, codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Are you codependent because you're scared of rejection? You're worried about, you're constantly worried about the way that the other person is feeling. You're constantly worried, about, making them happy. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, okay? We also have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Past life relationship. You've known each other before, so maybe we have karma that's going on. Maybe we have karma from our past lives that we need to fix. You know what I mean? Karma from our parents that we've picked up from our parents that have left us with rejection issues, right? Let's see what else we get. So, pile number 3. July love life, pile number 3. I'm feeling this card a lot. There's 2 cards here. I'm also feeling the top card a lot. Hold on, let me put these down. So we also have the top card here. Okay, so we have express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. Okay. Listen with your heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. So instead of listening and processing things logically, listen with your heart. Give yourself, I really feel like this message is just for your internal being. Listen to your heart. Honestly, I think that this would just say listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you? Why does something feel off? Why do you feel off? When you're trying to manifest perfect romance and you're imagining it and you want it, why does it feel like you're not getting it? Why does it feel like things are triggering you? What's coming up? There's time to stay calm, be calm, find a moment to be calm, and go in, dive deep into yourself. Ooh. Oh, baby, I'm glad I picked that top card. Look at that. Honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. Honesty is essential. What are you denying? Honesty is essential. We need to dive deep into this. Honesty is essential. Be honest with yourself. If something comes up, and you're feeling it, it's time to stop denying it. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the other person. That's what we're getting. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll our astro dice to get any last info for you guys. So let's see. We got Aries. So we got Neptune in Aries in the 8th house, endings and beginnings, your dream life. Aries is, so where are we rushing into things? We need to end our impulses. I feel like, Aries talks about our hot-headedness, our triggers, our impulses and stuff like that. So where in our subconscious, because Neptune, right? Where in our subconscious, and even 8th houses, these are both subconscious stuff. Where do we have these subconscious programs that tell us to rush into it, cling on to it, get super hot-headed and triggered by the smallest little things? And I'm not saying that everything that you experience is small, because it could be also big things, right? So I'm not saying that. But where are we constantly getting triggered? Where are we rushing in too fast and then being like, oh, woe is me, I didn't notice that this thing was here. This is in your subconscious. Where are we getting these? And I'm sorry if this whole reading is slightly triggering, but this is just, I don't know, this is just what's coming up, okay? So hurt and heal. Where are we hurt? What do we need to heal? Where are we rushing in? Where do we have our codependency? Where do we cling on because of our ego, right? Because Aries is also about a little bit about the ego as well. And our ability to, or our, not ability, our need to be the kind of the need to be the center. I'm not really feeling like that one's fully, maybe that's a message for one or two of you out there, but this is really endings and beginnings, ending the need to rush, ending the need to have it right now, ending the need to jump into things because that's what we need, ending that need. Be comfortable in your own presence, being fully alone, be very comfortable. And I don't want to hear you guys being like, I already am comfortable being alone. No. If we're still attracting, not the perfect thing, we need to go within and realize why. Why is that happening? Right? So honesty is essential. Be honest with yourself. Dive deep, meditate, go into it, baby. That's what I'm feeling. This has been a long message so far. My camera's literally about to cut out on timing because we've just been going hard on this one, okay? So I'm sending you guys all of my love, pile number 3. I know you guys got this. I know you can do it. July is definitely about realizing a lot of these things. But the beauty about this, I want you guys to know, the beauty about this reading is that once you realize what these things are and you heal them by realizing them and realizing that, oh, I don't need to be that way anymore. Once you guys realize this, you're going to manifest literally the love of your lifetime. Literally. We have the love cards for you guys. Look, we have this one. We have, where is it? True love. You will manifest true freaking love once you get rid of the subconscious stuff that you maybe picked up from your family or from past life stuff. You will manifest this, my love. July is literally giving you the opportunity to heal every part of yourself so that you can manifest your soulmate, my love. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 3. Or if you guys are already in a relationship, maybe it's just healing all this so that you guys can come back to the pureness of pure love, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, group number 4. If you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, group number 4. Here's what we got for you guys. We have the Queen of Swords upright, 10 of Cups being reversed, Knight of Wands upright, 7 of Cups upright, and then the 2 of Cups being reversed. So first off, for July, it looks like with the Queen of Swords, you guys are clear about what you want. There's there's good clarity about what you guys desire. But the 10 of Cups is being reversed, so it's like we don't fully have what we desire, at least not fully. We have the passion, we have our creativity, we have our trajectory, we're ready. This symbolizes that we're ready, but somehow there's something, it feels like there's something missing. We got 10 of Cups being reversed, we got 2 of Cups being reversed. So if you guys are single, maybe it's we're missing the person that we can fully express our emotions with. But also, when was the last time that we practiced expressing emotion, or that we gave ourselves time to go into our emotions, right? So whether you're single or in a relationship, it looks like there's a lack in the emotions in July, and it's us kind of realizing that. It's like 7 of Cups is about kind of finding the missing piece or finally deciding on what you want. It can be that we're we're overly cautious, and can mean that there's some fears in front of us. We have to still pick and decide. We don't want to pick the wrong one. We don't want to choose the wrong thing, yada, yada, yada. There's a bunch of reasons. But how will, there's a lot of messages here, okay? So first off, it looks like you guys are clear about what you want. It looks like there's a clear idea, but there's again, that just missing piece. And then Two of Cups is reversed. There's a missing piece, or there's some sort of disconnect. So if you guys are in a relationship, maybe it's that you guys kind of lost a little bit of the romance that you guys used to have. Maybe we are finding ourselves really busy, and we have the passion, we have the attraction, because the Knight of Wands is attraction, right? We know what we desire. If you guys are single, this is knowing what you desire, being clear about what you desire, having a clear head, decent communication. But the emotional side is missing. Why is the emotional side missing? What's going on? So I'll leave it's a general reading. So kind of find out how this is playing a part in your life, right? So it looks like the emotions are turned over, the emotions are missing, and it's because we still have to make a choice. The Seven of Cups talks about having a choice in front of you, and things like that. So if there's a choice, this is about making that choice so that you guys can open up about the emotional side, and also choosing to add the emotions, because it's you guys have so much going on. There's so much potential. There's so much opportunity in front of you. Whatever situation that you guys are in right now, it looks like there's so much opportunity in front of you. But the reason why we're not getting fully what we desire is because we're missing a piece, and we're missing the emotions. So it's time to start practicing emotions again. It's time to start putting emotion into it. So it's time to bring about the romance instead of bringing about, we got the passion, we got the creativity, we know what exactly it is that we desire. We know what we want. We have communication. That's all good. It's time to bring about the emotional side, the romance, the deepness. It's time to express. What's so interesting? It's the past 3 readings I've done, I feel like there's always a pile that talks about this need to express emotion, every time. And I feel like it's almost always pile number 4, almost always, maybe not always, I can't really remember. But it's very interesting, to say the least. But look at the Cups deal with your emotions, and those are overturned. We have the only right side up emotional cup card is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups talks that we need to make a choice. We need to pick. We need to bring in this aspect. There's so much potential. There's so much stuff. We need to bring it in. We got a lot of things. Let's bring it in. Let's start incorporating it. Let's start making time for it, right? So make time for the romance. Make time for the love. When was the last time you practiced experiencing emotional stuff? Letting your emotions come out instead of maybe you guys are so used to being very logical, very analytical, very communicative. You guys are used to that. You guys are also used to expressing your creativity and your passion, but creativity and passion are not emotion. Logic and communication is not emotion. We need to learn how to activate our heart. What makes your heart happy? Creativity and passion make your energy very happy. It makes your energy alive. But energy alive is not emotions being alive. We need to reactivate and reawaken emotions, baby. Because this is a lack of emotional fulfillment. And it might be because we're not incorporating that, or we have, maybe we're scared of exposing that or opening that. Maybe we've been hurt in the past, so we have that part shut down a little bit. Whatever the case may be, maybe you guys are scared, because this can also, Seven of Cups can also mean that we're scared of our emotions, because we're scared of feeling things. Maybe we're literally scared of emotions, whatever the case may be. Maybe we've experienced hardships in the past and we're I don't want to do the wrong thing again. Guys, the missing piece in whatever you guys are going through right now is the ability to bring about the emotions. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. So our next card, guys, we have, what do you know? We have Cancer coming up next, which is all about emotions. If anyone knows emotions, it is Cancer. But sometimes Cancer can also shut out those emotions too, because they are the crab, right? And they can have a really tough shell. And sometimes it's hard to cross that shell and feel the emotions. So that's kind of a great metaphor for you guys. How tough is your shell? Because trust me, the Queen of Swords, she has a tough shell. So yeah. It's time to soften up so that people can come through. You know, Queen of Swords, she's really smart, such a smart person, but generally the swords are a very cold type of card because they're lacking the warmth of the emotional cup cards, right? The water signs. So Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. So where are you guys protecting yourself so much? It's good to be protected, like that's great. Protect yourself, you know, don't be like, but it's also good to be vulnerable. We need to be vulnerable to feel emotion. So yes, we need to nurture and comfort our emotional side. We need to be vulnerable and things like that in order to feel exactly what we desire. And then we also have the 8th house, which is a water house, which is the cups. So 8th house, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. So 8th house is about endings and beginnings. It's about the death of the old self. So if you've experienced endings and beginnings before, that can make somebody have a really hard shell, right? So transformation, it's time to transform the self. It's time to reawaken the old you. It's time to come back alive, right? So facing fears, maybe that's a huge thing for you guys. Maybe you guys have a fear of something in your love life. Maybe you guys are scared to really be vulnerable and open up, right? So facing fears is gonna be July. We need to face the fears. Do you guys have fear of commitment? Because 2 of Cups is commitment, and it being reversed can sometimes mean that we have maybe a fear of commitment. Maybe we have a fear of being vulnerable and authentic and showing somebody our full self. You know, what's we got going on? And then we also have opposition. So imbalance, a point of tension, a power struggle. Opposition. So, you know, yeah. That fits in well, guys. So yeah, opposition. So where are we? Opposition is kind of when we're, you know, the opposite of something. So maybe we're so far, we've removed ourselves so far from like a certain, like, it's like a teeter-totter almost, right? So we have an imbalance. Maybe we're making up for our lack of emotion and overdoing our passion and intellectual side to make up for it. So we have an imbalance here where we need to awaken some of the cup and also pentacle, because no pentacles even showed up in here. So we need to have a more solid foundation. Okay, so pentacles are about having a solid foundation. Cups are about showing that emotion. So that's what the imbalance that we're getting. We also have air, woo, which is the swords. So air coming in, this is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? So open-mindedness. For some reason, the word open is just sticking out to me. Just open thyself, okay? And then we also have objectivity and learning. So be more open to another person, maybe, being open-minded towards other people, being open-minded towards yourself, and learning. So it's time to open up. Let's learn more about what it means to be emotional, and let's learn our emotions. Let's focus on our emotions, okay? So air is also very intellectual and things like that. Air could be coming up just to confirm zodiac signs as well for some of you guys. Right, so we got Cancer coming up. We have Scorpio with the 8th house, and we have air signs hugely coming up. And then we also have house 7, which deals with Libra. So profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Ooh, baby. Where are we scared of romantic partnerships? Where are we scared of intimacy? Where do we add in too much logic towards our intimacy and romantic relationships? Where are we having a super hard shell and not opening up about our soft insides? You know, we're having such a hard wall up. It's like, well, in order to experience my soft side, you have to get past this massive wall, you know, stuff like that. Next card we have is cleanse. We have all this water going through here. So it's time to emotionally cleanse yourself, baby. July is going to be about going through an internal cleanse. We also have the next card, creativity. Light bulbs going off, all sorts of things. I think that you guys are good at creativity already. I honestly think that you guys are. But also getting creative about maybe opening up about your emotions, maybe doing that in a more creative way can help you guys out, right? Having the light bulb go off about how can I open up emotionally? How can I do that? Light bulbs going off, inspirations, like intuitions, or even like epiphanies. I feel like you guys are gonna be getting epiphanies in July, okay? Next card that we have is energy. So an energetic cleanse, adding more creativity towards your energy, things like that. Yeah, cool. So with that being said, let's get our next deck of cards and let's see what else we get going on for you guys. So pile number 4, love life in July. Oh wow, there's one that fell on the floor. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at what we got. We got the passion card. So I do think that there's an opportunity for a lot of passion in the month of July for you guys, especially if you're in a relationship. So, you know, there's an opportunity for this. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Enjoying the present moment more, adding in more passion, but adding in, I feel like this is adding it in more of an emotional way. But yeah, let's also get the card that fell on the floor, because that seems to always happen at least once in these readings. Let's see what we get. Oh my God. Beautiful card coming up next. All right, guys, the next card is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Oh, that's cute. So if you guys are in a relationship, maybe that's confirmation for some of you guys. Or maybe this is confirmation that, yes, your soulmate is coming as long as we can open up emotionally, you know? So that's really nice. Let's see what else we get for you guys. So pile number 4. Okay, well, that was easy. We got cards right away. So we have, oh my goodness, look at that. Look at this card. Also, I'm gonna turn up the brightness. It seems to be getting a little dark in here. So we have be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Yep. Look at all this water in this card. Be authentic, baby. Let's see what else we have over here. This is very spacey and beautiful. This reminds me of Aquarius energy with all the space. But yeah, be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. It's about being more in the present moment, figuring out what you desire in your future. We also have do something for someone, give your attention to another. Give your emotions to another, maybe, right? Start, like, even if you guys are single right now and you're like, how do I start expressing emotion? How do I start feeling emotion? Even with your close friendships, start expressing your emotion more. Even in your family, start expressing emotion more. If you guys are in a relationship, express emotions more. Express the way you feel, right? True love. This love is once in a lifetime, baby. Oh. Then we also have actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Beautiful. So if you guys have a hard time actually speaking about emotion, show emotion through action maybe, and allow that, you know, creativity. Use your creative imagination. But yeah, be authentic. Show the real you. You know what I mean? That's what we're getting for you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our Astro Dice. Let's roll these to get any last info for you guys. So we have the North Node in Cancer in the first house. Ooh, I feel like this is really similar to another pile that we had, these Astro Dice. So we have the North Node. So your destiny is to be more emotional with Cancer. We had Cancer coming up over here too on this card. So yeah, I'm just gonna like zoom in on that for a second so you guys can see, but look at like Cancer. And then we also have the Cancer coming up. So North Node is your trajectory, where you're going. Where you're going is to be more emotional with yourself, being authentic about your personal emotions. Okay? The first house, this is about you, the way you dive into things, you know, the way you start something. Let's take action with our emotion. Action with emotion is the destiny and how you get towards your destiny, okay? So with that being said, hope this reading made sense for you guys. Hopefully it resonated. I'm sending you guys all my love. Please give this video a huge thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that subscribe button down below. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, group number 5. If you guys chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 5, we have the Princess of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Empress being reversed, Queen of Pentacles upright. We have literally almost every Pentacle court card in this reading. Very interesting. Then we also have the 8 of Wands being reversed. First off, I do want to mention, I'm getting a feeling that most of you who chose this pile maybe already have like a very solid love life in terms of maybe you guys already have a family, things like that. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe for like most of you who chose this pile. I don't know. Again, it's a general reading, so that does not have to resonate with all of you for this to still apply to you if you felt attracted to this pile. But for some reason, I'm feeling like a good 60% or more of you already have families that clicked on this particular pile. What am I saying? Pile. So anyway, with that being said, let's talk about it. So in your love life for July, it honestly looks like you guys are quite busy, and it looks like you guys have been quite busy for a while, to the point where it feels like you're kind of just taking care of a lot of different responsibilities, to the point where maybe romantic stuff or me time has become a little bit more of a back burner type of thing, where it's like, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, well, that's just the way things are now. So it just looks like relaxing time or time for like intimacy and stuff like that is a little bit more on the back burner, because there's so much, it looks like there's so much responsibility, so much time, but it doesn't look like it's bad though, because the fact that we have these pentacle cards all right side up, it's like, it's still great. Like, we're still enjoying this, you know, but there is this sense of this desire for newness, this desire for something a little bit more refreshing, a desire for something to change up the schedule a little bit, because it looks like you guys have this routine that's set with your love life, and it looks like it kind of, you know, you guys have just had this routine for a while, and this routine works, don't get me wrong, it definitely works. That's why we have all these cards right side up. But there's a desire for a little bit of spice in the month of July. And, you know, it looks like we're manifesting that. It looks like there's potential for it, right? But we need to really make time for that, because it looks like your current schedule, it just looks like there's just so much going on. Like, the Princess of Pentacles is like, we have a lot going on. We're taking on a little bit of new obligations. Maybe there's a slight new responsibility in the month of July that we're taking on. The King of Pentacles is like, we also have a lot going on. There's a lot on our plate. We just feel like we have so much happening, you know? Some of you guys might even be in school. So if you guys don't have a family, maybe some of you guys have a school, go to school and have a job, for example. And it just looks like there's a lot going on. Okay, to the point where we don't have time for a love life, like quite a bit. So, you know, your schedule works, but it looks like your love life is getting neglected a little bit, and it looks like it's been that way for, you know, I don't feel like this is news to you guys, let's put it that way. I feel like you guys are like, yeah, I know. But there's a potential for it. We just need to really start to create that. The fact that you have Empress here with the 8 of Wands says that there's potential for spontaneity. There's potential for it, but it almost looks like we close down that opportunity because we're like, the schedule's too tight, I can't make time for that. It's like, well, the potential is always there. We just need to make time for it, okay? So with that being said, let's get to the next card. So we have Mercury over here. Think, learn, network, and communication. So Mercury can also deal with our schedule, being on the same page as other people so that we can make time for certain things. Also, getting clear on what you desire, moving really quickly. It's like your whole schedule is very fast-paced. This is like a fast-paced lifestyle type of stuff. This is Gemini and Virgo energy. It's very fast-paced. You know, we're always in the car doing stuff. We're always going here, going there, going everywhere. There's always phone calls to have. There's always a lot going on, okay? So it does look like there's, you know, communication with your loved ones, stuff like that happening. But in terms of romance, let's get deeper into this. Let's see. The next one that we have is Aquarius. So originality, philanthropy, and progressive imagining. So we're getting a little bit more progressive in, like, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and also traditionally Saturn. And this is like, you know, we're following our schedule. It's a fixed sign. Change is a little bit hard. But since this does have a bit of that Uranus energy into it, sometimes there'll be that random moment that we weren't expecting that's like, oh, we have a few extra little bit of time. Like, wow, that made a lot of sense. A few extra little bit of time. You guys know what I mean. Oh, look at the next card that we got. We literally got Uranus after. And what was I just saying about Aquarius with that little bit of Uranus energy? So yes, radical change. So there is this potential to have some of this radical change in the month of July where it's like, ooh, we're adding in a little bit of the spice. It doesn't look like it's like as much as maybe we were hoping for, but there is the potential for this radical moment of like, let's go do something really fun right now. Let's add in a little bit of the romance, right? We also have Libra. So consideration, fairness, and harmony. Libra deals with love, relationships, communicating about what you desire and what you want, adding fairness and balance. You know, this is bringing the balance back into our lives where, you know, it does look like with the Pentacles, that there is a lot that's balanced here, but it looks like it's focused way too much upon practical things rather than adding in passion, spontaneity, and creativity. Adding a bit more creativity to the schedule. You guys have it very practical, it's very stable, it's very sturdy, it's very safe, it's very secure. But Libra is about balance. We can't have just stability alone, right? It adds passion when we add in that unexpected, radical, unexpected stuff coming up. It could also mean that, you know, for you guys, if you guys are in such a stable, constant thing, it can mean, you know, especially with the Eight of Wands being reversed too, because the Eight of Wands upright is usually this trajectory that happens really quickly, but upside down, it can mean that it happens really quickly, really unexpectedly. So somebody might surprise you with a spontaneous thing, and maybe we're like, oh, I really wasn't ready for that. So it's kind of like out of nowhere, but just so you know, expect it, because it looks like there is a moment for a random spontaneous event to take place in July for you guys that adds in more romance. It adds in the balance a little bit, right? We also have the 6th house of schedules and routines coming up. Like, you cannot make this up. Tarot does not lie, you guys. Ugh. So establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. You guys are used to that. July is more of that. We just get more of that, but there is this energy coming up where there's this potential for this spontaneous thing, but we need to accept it, right? Because some of you guys might be like, oh, no, it ruins my schedule too much. I can't. Baby, I'm telling you right now, be prepared, because that opportunity is coming. It's up to you whether or not you want to take it, but that opportunity is going to come, okay, for some spontaneous, like, love life stuff, okay? This is also confronting, okay, so we have the fear card coming up next. So this is confronting, are we scared of the unknown? Are we scared of leaving behind our schedule? Are we scared of like, oh my God, am I gonna get behind on everything if I leave behind my schedule? Am I gonna like ruin my life if I do one spontaneous thing? Baby, we've been living too safe too long. It's time to add in a little bit of the spontaneity, okay? And then look at this. Our next card is protection. We are locked into our schedules and routines that we don't open up when spontaneous things come around. And maybe that's why and you know, I feel like you guys are like almost a little bit tired and desiring a little bit of passion. But when the opportunity for that comes around, we're like, oh no, I can't change up that. I already obligated myself to this. I have to stick to it. Do we want the spontaneousness or do we not? What do you want? Because the universe is like, oh, here's the perfect opportunity. You've been wanting something that was spontaneous and fun and exciting. You are attracted to it. Here you go. Here's the opportunity. And then you're like, wait, what? I can't do that though. How dare you? Like, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, is like asking the universe for this, like, I wish my life was a bit more fun and creative and spontaneous and passionate. Then the universe is like, oh, here you go. And then you're like, oh, but that would require me changing up my schedule. I can't do that. I'm offended. I'm getting some of that energy here. So I don't know. Take that as you will, my love. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. But take that as you will. So anyway, next card that we have is reflection. Reflect on, what do you want? Do you want that or do you not want that? What do you desire? Okay? Time to figure that out, okay? So the next cards, let's go ahead and shuffle these ones right here to get some more information. So pile 5, love life messages for July. Let's see, pile 5, love life messages for July. Let's see what we get. Okay, engagement. So, actually, I'm getting a total message of where this applies to you guys. I don't think it's like the literal engagement of love life ascending to a higher level of commitment. I am getting a message that this is connected to this, where we are very protective over our current lifestyle, that we don't take on opportunity. You know, it's like we keep asking the universe for stuff, and the universe is like, here it is, and then we're like, no, that's not what I want. And the universe is like, but you literally asked for it. I don't know what to tell you. We're so engaged into our responsibilities and our prior engagements, right? That's why they're called engagements, because we commit to our schedule, right? So it's like we are way too committed to our schedule to allow in spontaneity. But if you guys want it, it's time to get clear on if you want it or not, because it is coming in, it's giving you the opportunities, but it's up to us to actually take them. You know, the universe wouldn't give it to you if you didn't ask for it. The universe is giving it to you, so it's up to you to take it. So let's get another message for you guys. Okay, so let's see what we get. We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So are we codependent on our schedule? Are we codependent on, you know, somebody else giving us permission to do something, right? And I mean, of course, if you guys are like, you know, under the age of 18 or whatever, and you still live with your parents, of course, we still have like rules to follow and whatever. But this can come out in other ways, right? So, yes. With that being said, let's go ahead and take our next deck of cards. Let's see. So, group 5 love life messages for July. Filling these two for you guys. Let's see what we get. So, like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. Whatever you're longing for, add in more of that. If you're longing for more spontaneity, be more spontaneous. They go hand in hand. You cannot ask for more spontaneity and then not be spontaneous, because that just doesn't work. Of course, that's when we receive such a beautiful like blessing of like, oh, here's a spontaneous event, and then we're like, no, I can't. No. Like attracts like. So if you're wanting more spontaneity, if you're wanting more romance, if you're wanting more passion, whatever you desire more of, like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. If you long for more passion, be more passionate. If you're longing for more spontaneity, be more spontaneous. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. Woo! So don't limit yourself. Look at, we're limiting. With this, look at how we've limited ourselves to like, no, I've engaged to this. This is what I've always done. I have this schedule, this routine. This is what I do. This is what must be done. Like, you are limitless. You do not have any limit unless you put it on yourself. You put the limits on yourself. You can live a spontaneous life and still have this foundation and this routine. You can, and I know, I feel like some of you guys are going to be like, oh, well, give this reading once you have your own children, Gem, like, then try giving this reading. I get it. I have a friend who has like 4 kids and she's amazing, but she still adds spontaneity to her life, okay? So, yes, you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. You can add in more. Imagine what your dream life would be like, and things will be more smooth in certain areas that allow you to do this. We just have to believe it's possible. And I know how fruity that can sound sometimes, but really, if you believe something to be possible, your mind will now have the ability, because like imagine that your mind is like this, and if you put a limit on yourself, you'll only think thoughts within this particular realm that you've allowed. If you only allow this much, and please look at the screen. If you're not looking at the screen, look at the screen right now. This is an important message for you guys, okay? This is important. Spirit's like literally like, bro, it's time to listen. So if you limit yourself, this is, my hands are your limits, okay? If you've put a limit on yourself, like this is what can exist for me because this is my experience. If you've only experienced this, so you limit yourself to your experience because you're like, that's all I've seen, that's all I've experienced. You're only gonna think thoughts that can be within this. You won't even think of ideas for any sort of expansion or any sort of spontaneity because that doesn't exist in your current limitations because you don't believe it's possible. If you expand what you believe is possible, all of a sudden your limitations are out here. And now your mind has this whole new, it has like 30% more surface area that it can explore and expand into. So if you believe something's possible, you will literally expand your mind to where your brain can think of ideas that are outside of your current realm of consciousness. Your mind will, you're literally expanding your mind. If you expand your limitations and you believe that more is possible, all of a sudden your mind will be open to perceiving of how that is possible because you've expanded what is possible within you. Therefore, you expand what is possible in the external. I really hope that is making sense. So this card is very powerful because it says you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. We need to expand the mind. Okay. Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. If you guys have been stuck in this routine for a long time because it's just what's practical and what works, it's time to come back to what you love. What do you love? Do you love spontaneity? Because if you do, then you better start adding it in. You better start believing that it's possible again, because there are, you know, parents out there, people who go to school, all that sort of stuff, that can still live a spontaneous life and travel and do this and do that and do all sorts of things. If you believe it's possible for you, if you believe that, you will then begin to perceive of the hows of how that can actually work and how that can actually come about, right? If we have a tree in the way here, we're not going to see how to get to all of these beautiful other trees, or however big the path is, right? We need to expand what is possible for us. We need to see beyond our current circumstance. And once you do, you will perceive of the how. Those ideas will then come to you because you now believe it's possible. Your brain would have never explored that prior if you limit yourself prior to that, okay? You are limitless. Come back to what you love, reevaluate your desires, start to ask yourself, what do I desire? Do I desire being locked into this routine and living the same day every single day? And if the answer is no, reevaluate your desires and come back to what you love. You are limitless. Time to expand that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our Astro Dice to get any last info on this reading for you guys. So we have the South Node in Virgo. This is literally reevaluating your schedule, you guys. Oh my, and then look at that, we got the 6th house. Oh my gosh, you cannot make this stuff up, you guys. The universe, when you ask, it responds, okay? So the South Node, going back into what you've made up and what you've currently created for yourself, going back, reevaluating. So this is reevaluating your schedule, your routines, what you believe is possible, what you desire, your work life, the schedules you've made for yourself, the limitations you've put on yourself, the obligations that you feel like you need to obligate to, the prior engagements and commitments you've made. Bam! So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 5. I hope this reading resonated for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, anything is possible. So the universe is literally giving you a gift right now and telling you that anything is possible, okay? So take with that what you will. I am sending you guys all of my love. I hope you guys have an amazing July. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!